Hello everyone, I just got this package and this is an upgrade to my Swytch bike. I have the Gen 2 Swytch bike kit, which is this sort of quite chunky old battery with a zipper on the top, and I am upgrading it to the one that's I think it's the Max or Max Air or whatever, which is a much more streamlined and it's better weather resistance, and also it is the same battery that is on my girlfriend's bike, so if she needs to go a bit further for a commute or something, she can use both batteries rather than having to rely on just her own. So it's just a bit easier if we both have the same batteries. I also happen to have some extras to mount it in some different locations, so I can check that out. But let's take a look at what's in the box. So the charger is obviously different to the old ones, but it's also different to the one that I got in the previous kit for my girlfriend's bike, in that the other one had like a dongle that you added on to the old adapter. This one is now straight up this type of plug all the way through, so there's no dongle anymore, so that's good. Having the dongle was useful when I had both types of batteries, but if we're both going to have the same battery, there's no need for that. Let's see what display they threw it. So okay, so I've got the standard display here, which is just pardon me, just like the power levels and stuff. It's very similar to what was on the Gen 2. I do have a LED controller, which is a slight improvement on this one. And this one I got it with my girlfriend's one, but then she got the OLED one, so I'm going to try this one. They both have the same connectors on the end. One of the issues I had with this LED controller is that it doesn't seem to allow you to manipulate some of the settings, like the power levels and some other things like that. Because it doesn't have like an up and down button, this one has more buttons on it. So it might be that this one's more useful than the LED one. But the LED one does show you things like speed. So it might be a case where I use this one to configure it, because I think the configuration is stored in the battery, and then anyways, we'll see. So what else is in the box? The instruction manual, which is kind of yeah, whatever, don't really need that. The mount, which is, this is the important bit for actually keeping the battery attached. This has got the handlebar type mount right now, so this goes on the handlebar like this, and this lifts out, the battery goes in there, and then this comes down. One of the things that I am also going to try out is I have this kit which Swytch sent me at some point, which is for mounting the battery on behind the saddle on the seat post. So I think this mounts like that on the seat post. Yeah, we'll see. There might not be room for it. And then we've got the battery. Okay, it's got no charge in it right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug this in, get it charging, and then I can start with the bike build. I can start, well, the bike upgrade. by removing what I don't need and putting in these mounts, and by then hopefully the battery will be charged up. So I've got a charging thing right here in my shed. I'll plug it in and get going. I'm going to go make some pizza and I will get back to you. So I've got the bike set up to swap over the parts. Let's see how long it takes. It shouldn't take long at all. Wow, these connectors are really well jammed on. Okay. One thing I won't need with the new one is this support strap that goes under the stem. This always felt like a bit of an afterthought, probably because of the weight. Okay. So this is swapping for this. I was thinking about putting it on the back, but with the rear mount, I believe it kind of goes this way and that mounts like that. And then there's not really much space here. And it would stick out kind of wide. So for now, I'm just going to go with the front mount. I might change my mind. So this is one big piece of aluminium, I guess, rather than two separate clamps. It's a bit sturdier. And I could use power tools to speed this up, I guess, but I'm just doing it by hand. So this needs the 25.4 spaces, one of which is dropped into the wheel. Pretty sure, yeah, that's too narrow. It actually comes with a fairly good range of diameters. Oh, maybe it's the 26, let me check. Yeah, could also be a 26. No, I think it's 25.4. Okay. So that's how it's going to go on. One other good thing is it's a lot lower down, so you don't have a big battery pack sticking up, blocking other accessories. Okay. And if I used my bit driver, it'd be even faster. I'm sure there is some torque value somewhere. I'm just going to go good and tight, but not too tight. Okay. Yeah, that's not moving anywhere. So we have multiple ports here. We've got this is the remote. This is the speed sensor. These two are brake sensors, so if you have brake sensors on the levers. And this one I think is the speed controller if you were somewhere which allowed throttle. So I'm going to get the speed sensor hooked up. Only fits on one way. Same with the motor power thing. There's an arrow. And I'm going to use the standard controller to start with, and I'm going to see if I keep the settings, if I go to the LED one, whether or not it's going to lose those settings, but I could probably put it on here. Okay. So, I'll take off my Garmin mount, which I had on here because I couldn't mount one here, but now I can mount a Garmin on here if I wanted to. Let's see if this gives me room. It's a bit tight. Might be able to just get away with that in there. Let's see. That's looking a bit tight. See, the problem is these are not particularly modern levers either, so will that fit through there? I might have to loosen this off. Dun-dun-dun-dun. There's always something that it's hard to think about. It's easy to miss. Yeah. That's going to be tight. What I'm going to have to do is actually measure this thickness. .27. Nope, that's not going to fit. So, what does the other controller have? Oh yeah, see? The other controller is much, much thinner there. So I'm going to mount this one, but then I'm going to mount this one and I'm going to try configuring it with the other one off bike. So there's not much to this controller really, is there? I have to get the brake lever aligned again. There we go. Well, I'll plug it in with this one. Okay. Moment of truth. Why is that not fitting in? Wow, that's tight. Okay, that feels tighter than it used to be. So, hold it down to turn it on. There we go. Oh, then remember to undo the wheel. Okay. Obviously with no load on the wheel, it's spun up past what it can actually do. Next thing I need to do is take it on a test ride, but here you can see the different power levels. Okay. So I'm going to swap it out for the other controller and do some config, but apart from that I just need to zip tie this up and there we go. It's pretty straightforward. Don't have much else to do. What I normally do is I bundle these wires up. There's some space inside here and you can actually run the wires back inside. Stops them from flapping around. So I think we have an obligatory peeling off shot. Yes. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. So not really much to do. Pretty easy. Thanks for watching.